So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who's joined today's inaugural office hours for EMQ. I know there are folks joining in from various geographies. We do have significant presence from India and Europe as well. Also, we have a few joining in from North America. I think they're taking some time. I've received a few emails that they'll be joining in shortly. But thank you so much once again for joining us today in this EMQ's very first office hour event. I'm Manan Sethi, Managing Developer Relations at EMQ, and I'm truly excited to be your host for this insightful session. Do treat me as your point of contact or for anything and everything that you require from us. I'm also going to drop my email ID shortly in the chat so that it's easy for you guys to contact me whenever it's required. So setting the stage here, yeah. So setting the stage and agenda, today we have gathered here to bridge the gap between EMQ technologies and our wonderful community of developers, partners, and all the curious minds out there who want to learn new stuffs in the area of technology. So this event is all about providing you with the opportunity to explore our company, our products, and to engage with our experts from various domains. We understand having direct access to experts is invaluable. It's a chance for you to get your questions answered, learn about our vision, and even share your insights with us. Our goal is to foster collaboration and create an environment where knowledge flows freely. So, talking about the agenda that we have kept for today, since this is the first office hour that we are conducting, we wanted to keep it very light. So let me just quickly walk you through the overall setting for today's scenario. Firstly, I think we would definitely want to talk about our company's overview. We'll begin by giving you an overview of EMQ technologies, our journey so far, holistic information about our products and what we stand for. So you might be using one of our products. We have multiple products, so you should basically get to know about the other products that we have and what we are launching in the near future. Since this is very developer focused, we would definitely want to talk about developer resources and the community. We'll delve into our developer communities and resources so that as a developer, you find the right resources at the right time. Our documentations, tutorials, blogs, where they are hosted, and how to get your queries answered very quickly. There's a very insightful demo also that we have scheduled for this session, which is on EMQX Cloud. We would have had gotten some understanding, by the first session, which covers about EMQX Cloud, which is the easiest way to start MQTT services. So basically, how to connect your IoT devices to any cloud without the burden of maintaining infrastructure. So we would look at how quickly you can start using the EMQX Cloud. And the last session is a Q&A session or an AMA session, as we like to call it, wherein you can ask me anything. We'll open the floor for your questions where they are related to our products, industry trends, or anything else where we can provide clarity. And also, we would love to understand whether you are currently using EMQX or, for what scenarios, what use cases do you intend to use EMQ, if not now. So let's make these sessions more engaging. Please feel free to drop your queries at the Q&A tab that you see below your screen. We will try to open up the floor towards the end. We'll first try to answer all the queries that you have raised. And also, we've added a few polls in between. I'll launch that poll. Please feel free to fill that poll also for us to help you for basically helping us to solve for our upcoming events that we are planning. So all those insights that we gather from these polls, we would try to plan these sessions better for you. So without wasting any time, let me call upon Jun Gu, who is the Director of Open Source and Community at EMQ Technologies. Jun would help us understand about the company, its markets, the vision we hold, and also very holistic view into our product suite that we have. Jun holds actually more than 20 years of varied IT experience under his belt, right from starting his career as a developer into holding various advisory, vice president, and chief evangelist positions in top IT firms and startups. So over to you, John.
Hey, thank you, Manan. Thank you for the introduction. Yeah. Yeah. Can you move to the next page? Or I can. Okay, great. So yeah, our company is EMQ Technologies. Who is EMQ? Actually, before we founded as a company, we first kick off the open source project, our core product called EMQX. That was first released in 2013, which is a decade ago, just a decade ago. And then we founded as a company back in April 2017. So you can see the reason we can found it as a company is was that time we know EMQX, the project has a good business potential. And before we started the company, we already have customers, commercial customers from that time. It's mostly manufacturing customers and public services customers. So that's that was very encouraging. And the founder think, okay, we are ready for founded as a company formally. So today we have near 200 employees across 3 continents. We have the most people here are in Asia, North America, and also Europe. So today, we have 3 people from EMQ Technologies join this office hour session. We're from Asia and Europe. Okay, so our vision and mission. So since we started with a open source project a decade ago, so actually our vision is to serve in the future of human society with cutting edge open source technologies. It's very important, open source technologies. And we wanted to be the world's leading provider of open source IoT data infrastructure. We are infrastructure software company, and our expertise are in IoT related scenarios. But you know, the IoT area is it's very general area, and we have a lot of different customers from different industries. It's not just something you think about a smart home. It's more than that. So what we do here is our core product, we focus on MQTT messaging scenarios, like I mentioned. And we are an open source company. We're developing open source software. And also, we will provide enterprise version of those products to do our business and make our development sustainable. So, and that's also very important. And by our commercial products or commercial offerings, we are providing our users with the MQTT related cloud services. And also we provide on-premise software. I know people think we should do primarily the cloud services, but the fact is in many different scenarios and industries, people are very rely on on-premise deployment of the software, because their data is very, very sensitive. I will share with you in the later slides, we have customers in the Internet of Vehicle. Those companies, they're running their, they build cars and then they sell cars, and also they will provide a value-add service after they sell the cars to their customers. And those cars, they will connect to their the company's backend service through EMQX infra software. So that's very sensitive data. So most car company will say, let's try to do an on-premise deployment. But the fact is that on-premise deployment is not in a private company-owned data center. It's actually on AWS or GCP, those public cloud. So they're doing on-premise deployment on public cloud. Okay, so our markets So our primary business markets is in North America, East Asia, and Europe. Our primary industries, as I mentioned, some of them before, automotive, manufacturing, energy and power, and also public service. The public service is like we have developers in our community. They're building smart meters for maybe electricity meter or water meter for different public service purpose. And also we have users in retail industries, especially for a franchise, the restaurant chains. Those fast food restaurant chains, they have a lot of branches, and in each branch, they have a lot of equipment they have to maintain and managing effectively, because they rely on those equipments to run their business, right? Those cooking equipments and those retail equipments. So they are also a very good scenario for IoT software. Okay, can we move to the next page? Okay, so here I just give you guys a very brief introduction about EMQX Cloud. So as I mentioned, we provide EMQX software with a on-premise deployment offering, and also we provided the cloud services, and we hope, and that's for sure, the cloud service can certainly simplify your efforts spent on maintaining these infrastructure software. So we're providing this EMQX public cloud service. So it's reliable. It provides reliable real-time messaging from endpoint devices, edge servers to cloud data center. So which means you can connect your endpoint devices. For example, it might be a electricity meter, it might be a sensor in your factory, or it might be a car you just sold out to your customer. And also there's cases for you running edge servers, especially a lot of cases, people will build up edge server room in their factory to gather all the sensor data from their pipeline, from their factory pipeline. So we can connect those edge servers. Those edge servers aggregate all the data and send to the cloud side, and for future data processing and analysis. And also we're not only providing the message routing capability, we're also providing a rule engine, can help people to do in-memory data processing. And we provide a SQL-based or SQL-like interface for this feature engine. So you can build up those rules very quickly, as most people, I think, have somehow, they have some skills on SQL and they're familiar with SQL. So that's easy to use for most users. And we provide high concurrency for over millions of devices. I know in many scenarios, the connections could be around 10,000s to over millions. So they can be supported within a single EMQX cluster. So it can, I mean, for the single business, we provide our users a high scalability for their future business growth. And also, we're not only routing the message, but also we can sync those message. We store those message in the mainstream data stores. You can send the MQTT message to a Kafka. Also, you can put into MongoDB or InfluxDB or the SAP business system. That's all okay. We provide these data integration capabilities in our EMQX cloud platforms. So for users, it's very easy to configure those integration, and they don't need to worry about how to persistently store those messages. And also, we compatible with very popular message protocols. For different industrial message protocols, we can all support those different protocols. Okay, please move to the next page. Sorry, Manan, can you go back to 2 page before? I think we may skip one. Yes, this one, the products of EMQ. Sorry, it might be some network issue, so it was just a flash. Okay, so in EMQ, our core products is called EMQX, MQTT message broker. So it helps people to handle the connect, move, process, and integrate the IoT data in a real time from the edge cloud to multi-cloud. So as we get to the next page just now, so we already talked about EMQX, but we not only have EMQX, we also have other products like Neuron. Here I also give the website link of Neuron. So Neuron is an open source, lightweight industrial IoT connectivity server, which can empower people to aggregate and transform all the data from different industrial devices with different protocols. Because it's very common if you're running a smart manufacturing scenario in your factory, you have devices and equipments from several different vendors. That's always this case. And a different vendor, very likely they are providing the data, they're transforming data with different protocols. We know there's most devices might use Modbus, and the latest device may start to support OPC UA protocol. So you will have devices and equipments with all different message protocol. So if you go to Neuron's website and take a look on the documents, we actually can support dozens of different industrial message protocol. So we can transform all those different message protocols to MQTT protocol, and then we send those data in MQTT format to EMQX, MQTT message broker. So that's the way you can aggregate and gather all the data from different equipments and devices and send them together to the same EMQX infrastructure for further processing. So that's very attractive to the IoT users. And also we have MQTTX. This is an all-in-one MQTT kind toolbox for developers. We provide a GUI interface, graphic interface, and we provide web interface, and also we provide a command line interface. So in the later demo, I will use MQTTX, the graphic interface, so you can have a better understanding about what MQTTX can do. And then we have eKuiper and NanoMQ. The reason I put them together is in a later use case. I will tell you that's a good combination. They are the good combination of in-vehicle data processing. So they're very important in the software-defined vehicle scenarios. And these two open source projects are open for ecosystem collaboration. Why I say this is eKuiper project, it was initiated by EMQ technologies, but we contributed this eKuiper project to Linux Foundation, Edge Foundation. So it's hosted under a neutral organization now. And also for NanoMQ, we are doing the same contribution process 2 months ago. It's still in progress, but it's almost done the progress. So eKuiper plus NanoMQ, these two important projects for software-defined vehicle, they will be hosted. They will be all hosted under Linux Foundation, Edge Foundation, the neutral organization. So it's very open for collaboration with the ecosystem and the industries. Okay, Malek, can you move to the next page? Yeah, and the next one. Okay, so this is the diagram I draw. That's actually what I call a data stack for software-defined vehicle. So here I demonstrate why eKyper and NanoMQ is very important for in-vehicle data processing. So in vehicle, there's a very important data bus. It's called CAN bus, and eKyper can connect to the CAN bus and read data from CAN bus, and also eKyper we can send those the layout of those metadata to eKyper. Tell eKyper how to read these data in what kind of format, and what kind of rules eKyper need to apply to these data. It continuously read from CAN bus. And also eKyper can invoke some of the edge models for AI models for complex processing. And the NanoMQ is the edge side message broker, which when eKyper complete the data processing, it will give these data to NanoMQ, and NanoMQ can also read data from the vehicles through other interface. And the NanoMQ will help to send these data to your cloud data center, to the server side MQTT broker like EMQX enterprise cluster. So NanoMQ can do the connection bridge. NanoMQ can help you do the message distribution, and also NanoMQ can do some protocol translation. For example, NanoMQ can also support the quick transport protocol, because in some scenarios, the network quality is not that good. So if we rely on MQTT TCP connection, it could be very challenging in these kind of scenarios. So we make NanoMQ support the quick protocol. So you can do MQTT transfer over the quick protocol, and that will be very good for those network scenarios which the network quality is not stable or even poor. So on the server side, we have the EMQX cluster taking all these incoming data from NanoMQ, and we can store these data in different data stack. I mean, these data stack are very well-known data stack, and very I think most people are familiar with this data stack on the server side. And these data stack can support your business applications. And these data transmission is not just single way. You can also send the control signal, the command, or ask the vehicle to take certain actions through EMQX and send the command, the signal to NanoMQ, so the vehicle can take control and instructions from the server side, the cloud server side. So this is the so that's why I say eKyper plus NanoMQ is very important for the in-vehicle data processing. And these two projects are all open sourced and will all be hosted by Airfetch Foundation. So that's very we're very committed to this open source initiative, and we hope our industrial different parties can all collaborate with us under the Linux Foundation, the name. So people will get more worries about the potential conflicts. Okay, it can go to next page, Manan. Okay, so yeah, I give it to you now.
Thanks a lot, Jun, for this informative session. And I hope our audience has gotten some bit of understanding on who we are, what we do, and how they can actually utilize EMQ's product suite into their IT operations. So moving on to the next session, which is on our community and resources. We have curated all the important places where our devs reside, ask queries, and get updated on what's latest with EMQ. So basically, if you're looking to supercharge your skills and connect with a vibrant, tech community, where you can learn from experts, collaborate on projects. As we spoke about the projects with regards to the connected vehicle, there are multiple such other projects that we are working upon. Stay updated with the latest trends and network. I think networking is really important, and network with fellow developers. This would be your hub for learning, problem solving, and career growth, most importantly. So don't miss out on this fantastic opportunity to join our community channels. We basically have three active community channels, if we talk about it, where we see great engagement today. So depending on which channel you are most comfortable with, we urge you to be a part of it. These channels will help you get your queries resolved quicker and also get updated about any events from EMQ, our latest releases, and also a perfect opportunity to network with us and fellow developers across the globe. Uh, Various organizations do use Slack as a communication channel. So yes, we do have a community over Slack. If you're using Slack, you can join us over Slack. I think as on date, we have more than 2.5K developers interacting, asking questions, networking over Slack. We also see great interaction that happens over our Discord channel. A lot of devs are present at the Discord channel, and if you have used it in the past and are comfortable with it, please feel free to join. I think and please don't worry about the links, etc. We are going to send across the slide deck that we are presenting right after this call to your email ID, so you can pick it up from there. The third channel, or we call it as a forum, is on our own website. So all the links are mentioned, as I'm like told before in this slide deck. This is for your consumption, and post this call, you'll receive this in your email box as well. So I personally do urge all of you to join any one of the community channels and be a part of the growing IoT community that we are trying to build, where developers share their use cases, scenarios, clear queries, and get updated from EMQ. We also have an important initiative that we have started with these office hours, and today being the inaugural one. We've currently planned monthly ones to have a direct communication with you all, though we've kept it virtual. In future, we will definitely try to host, developers at our offices or have physical events as well. We will keep the format informal initially, to make these sessions more interactive rather than having a one-way communication. Today we are talking about EMQ, but tomorrow we would definitely want to learn back from you what you're doing in your organization, what all scenarios you're using EMQ for. And we have kept these sessions mostly towards the end of the month, in the last week of every month. So the next session that we'll host would be towards the end of September. A few more important links that we have are here. We have our blogs, developer website, and documentation links mentioned here. We also do have a YouTube channel where we post video tutorials. So you can definitely have a look at these links. On YouTube, very recently, we have started with something known as MQTT course series. As you know, MQTT is currently the most widely used IoT protocol. We plan to help you quickly understand the protocol through a series of videos and basically become an expert in the MQTT field. These videos are divided into two parts, basic and advanced, and based on your knowledge and experience, you can choose which video set you want to see. We already have some 6-7 videos over into the YouTube Academy that we have over the YouTube channel. So feel free to check out the YouTube channel as well. So it is highly recommended to subscribe to our YouTube channel and enter the world of knowledge through our tutorials. We also have GitHub, where quite frequently our developers do report issues, or if they want to make a new feature request, that is also a place. So again, that's a different channel. If you want to connect over GitHub, you can definitely do that. Uh, if you feel these office hours would be important to other folks in your organization, like your product or tech teams, and want us to extend the invitation by adding them to the EMQ Office Hour invitation list, there's a form that we have created. You can add the email IDs of developers for us to invite them to the next office hours. I'll again share all these links with you right after this call. So this is something very interesting. We wanted to highlight the developer survey that we are running. By this survey, our users share their opinions and feedback, with which it helps us to organize events, streamline our products accordingly. The best part is that there is a chance for 10 lucky draw winners to win an Amazon gift coupon worth $50 each. So please do fill in the survey to help us help you. And I think there's one more day left. 24th August is the deadline, and next week, early next week, we are planning to announce the winners. So again, all these links would be shared to you. This brings us to the third section of our session now, as we spoke previously, that, as Jun has basically spoken about the EMQX cloud before, we now know the benefits of EMQX cloud for a hassle-free deployment, seamless scalability, cost effectiveness, with almost 100% SLA, very close to 100%. We call it at a 99.99% SLA. That means zero downtime, and 100% MQTT, with technical support 24/7. So we would like to show you a quick demo on how to start with the EMQX cloud, how easy it is. So for this real-time demo, I would like to request June to please share with our audience how they can actually start with the EMQX cloud.
Okay, let's minimize this one. All right, so as I mentioned before, the easiest way to start use EMQX message broker is to try our cloud offering, especially the cloud serverless offering. So you can go to emqx.com, and this is our front page. So on the upside right corner, you will see this Start Free button. It's very eye-catching. It's in a different color. And you go to Start Free, you will see here our EMQX cloud. In this tab, there is a Get Started Free button again. And now it brings you to the interface for sign up the EMQX cloud. So yeah, you need to fill up this form to get into the system. So once you sign up here, you will receive an email to verify your email address. And once you click this verify email address link, you will be able to get into the cloud console. So since I have already registered an ID, so I just click sign in, and yeah, I will get into the system directly. So in the just give me 1 second. So you should see the interface for create a new deployment. So we provide three. We listed 3 options here: the serverless, dedicated, and BYOC. And BYOC is if you are running your EMQX infrastructure in your private environment, but you really want to delegate this administration and maintenance work to EMQX, or you want to have a better way to manage the infrastructure, we provide these BYOC options. So you can connect your on-premise deployment to the EMQX cloud. Then for the dedicated, we put in the center, as it's our flagship offering for EMQX cloud. It's almost the equivalent to the EMQX enterprise version. So it's very powerful offering, and we gave users 14 days free trial. And also we listed the billing information here. Today I want to share the quick demo is on the serverless, the cloud serverless. The reason I want to share with you guys about the EMQX cloud serverless is we provide forever free tier cloud service in the serverless option. So every month you will get 1 million session minutes and 1 million, oh, no, sorry, 1 gigabyte traffic every month. But just remember, these free resource quota will not be carried over to the next month. If you don't consume these free resources in this month, then they will be reset to this number next month. They won't be carried and accumulated to the next month. And for the capability of serverless, we support up to 1,000 sessions, and we provide a pay-as-you-go if you exceed the free resource tier. So here is the pricing for the pay-as-you-go. So you click the Get Started Free button for serverless. It will bring you to this page to further set up something. So yeah, at this moment, the cloud serverless offering is only available on AWS, North America AWS. So we have the plan to support Google Cloud as well for the cloud serverless. But if you want to use the EMQX cloud in different regions, then you probably need to try the EMQX cloud dedicated. But for cloud service, it's currently only available on AWS North America. And so this is the specification. Actually, we only have one specification for the serverless offering at this moment. And here is you can set up the spend limit, your budget for these service. So I set up 0 here, and you don't need to set up your credit card for using serverless, cloud serverless. So since I already created one deployment, so I won't go to the next page, but after you click the deploy, it will create a new serverless deployment for you. So I already created one, so I won't create another. So here is the cloud serverless deployment I already created. So if we click here, and we will see the concurrent session at this moment, the TPS, the current TPS, and how much session minutes you have consumed, and also the traffic you have consumed. You can manually stop this deployment or this service. You can stop it manually. And also here is some connection information, the cloud service address and the port number you should use. So there are 2 options for TCP connection and for WebSocket connection, different port number. And also, if you want to write some program scripts to connect to the serverless cloud, you will need a certificate. So before we can actually get to the connection part, we need to here at the authentication menu, we need to create a login credential. You click this add, so you will give the username and the password for this login credential. I've already created one. So yeah, I will go to the connection part. So the easiest way to try your verify your connection to EMQX Cloud Serverless is to use these MQTTX client I mentioned in the previous page. So we will use the GUI, the graphic interface. So here in the mqttx.app website, you can download the latest version, and you can choose the operating system you're using. We support Windows, Mac, Linux. Also, you can use it in Docker. So I have downloaded the Mac edition. we support Silicon Valley, and I've installed MQTTX already. So this is the when you open up this application, you will see an interface like this. And in the connections part, click this plus button. You can create a new connection. It will create a new connection profile. So basically, these are some of the fields you need to fill, like your connection name. You can name it in whatever you like. And the client ID. Client ID is a unique ID. And by default, MQTTX will generate a unique ID for you, so you don't need to worry about how to create this ID uniquely. Just keep it as it is. And the host. So I'm going to use the TRS. So I choose MQTTS, and the host name, which you can find in your Cloud Console in the overview menu. So this is the same address you need to fill here, and the port number. As I mentioned, I want to enable TRS, so it's so this is the port number, and these are the login credential, the username and password I set up before. So I turn on the TRS SSL option. Okay, then you can click connect. Okay, now my MQTTX is already connected to the cloud serverless. Just give me a second. Let me clear the message history. So first, we can subscribe a topic so that we can do the verification about sending and receiving message. So let's say it's called test topic / AWS1. Okay, I don't change anything else. I just subscribe this AWS1 subscription. And in this window, we can publish a message to the topic we already subscribed. Let's say I want to say send a hello one message to that topic. Okay, you see here are all the message will show up in this window. And this is what we received from the AWS1 topic. And this is what we published to that topic. Okay, so yeah, it's working and it's connected. And also we can create more subscription here. Let's call it maybe AWS2. Okay, we will assign a different color to the different topic. Yeah, but this one looks similar, but we can, yeah, we can filter them by click the topic. And now let me try to publish a message to AWS2, hello2. Okay, so yeah, the connection is good. Yeah, I can subscribe to different topics, and I can publish message, I can receive message. Okay, so that's that tells us the connection to my serverless deployment is good. So just give me 1 second. Yeah, it will tell you you have one session running at this moment. Yes, I have one connection here, right? So if you want to connect to your cloud serverless deployment in a programming language, you can get to here, the client connections guide. We provide a lot of different samples in different programming languages, like Python, Golang, Java. So, and also we keep publishing more sample codes and more tutorials in our technical blogs. So You can also take a look on our documentation and blogs. If something you think is very important for you, but you cannot find on our document website, you cannot find in our blogs, you can go to our Discord, Slack, or GitHub to raise the request to tell us what kind of help you will need. Okay, so this is a quick demo about how to create a cloud serverless deployment on EMQX Cloud and how we can verify the connection.
Thanks, John. This was really informative, and I'm sure those who are new to EMQ will now understand how easy and seamless EMQX Cloud deployment is. So what I'll do is I'll quickly, I think this brings us to the last. I think we are on time as well. There are a few minutes left. So if there's any question from the audience that you guys would want us to answer, I think June is still here. Please let us know. I'll try to unmute everyone. Or if you would want to put your question in the chat, I think you guys can do that. And also if you want to share what you are currently using EMQ for, your scenario, your use case, I think it'll be good to hear from you guys as well as to what you are actually doing with the EMQ or intend to do in future. So we are here for the next 2 minutes. If there's any question, we are more than happy to help you out with. I think Miroslav. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So first, thank you. Second, I claim I'm not deep expert in development, so maybe my question sounds absurd, but the tooling that was just shown to us, may I understand that it can be used for building to interface with application which is API based today? It's not MQTT. So can I use this tooling to build a proxy to talk to API based application to become MQTT to publish on the broker? Is it clear, my question?
You mean the tool I just use MQTTX?
You have a API based application, existing one, which does not have an MQTT client yet. Can I use your tooling for proxying connection with this API application instead of for myself to build in Python my own MQTT client to connect? I try to, because anyway, if I'm going to use your MQTT broker, maybe it's better I use your technology to interface with the API application instead of doing something on myself in Python, and after that to connect this MQTT client in Python to MQTT broker, EMX.
Yeah, the short answer is theoretically, you should be able to. For example, if you're already using Python, there is Python MQTT client library, which you can use to import those library, and you can, through those library, you can make connections to MQTT broker, and you can start to publish your message to the broker.
Yeah, the question, yeah, that's clear. I'm aware of that, but the point was, can, instead of using the classical Python MQTT library, is it better for me, more efficient to use your tooling that you just showed, the interface with Python, etc., instead of making my own Python client? Or no?
You can use the Python client. I mean, you don't need to make anything. There's already a Python client. You can use that one. We support very standard MQTT protocol. So if you are using a standard Python MQTT protocol, you will be able to connect to our message broker with no issue.
Maybe I can try to download it. Could you explain a little bit more details, Miroslav? What do you mean by tooling? Which tooling did you? So we've talked about quite a lot of things. Which tooling did you have in mind in particular?
The latest one, example, Hello World, that you're publishing, you simulated Hello 1 and Hello 2.
Right. So about
messaging.
the client
Yeah,
application, you mean?
which sounds like an MQTT client already embedded in your platform. So is it feasible, this type, I call it client or tooling, I call it tooling, can I make something very light to interface with the API-based application, which does not have today MQTT client? Means to extend
like-
you.
Yeah. So let me just rephrase. So you have an application which exposes REST API, right?
Right.
Right. And you wanna use this tool for. Could you explain your use case?
Yeah, and after that, I want the event. The record in the API. As long as there is, let's say, a record in the API, on purpose I don't use the word event, to transform to the event in the MQTT broker.
Okay, I think you can publish it if you have EMQX. Let me double check, but I think you can just use REST API to publish message to broker.
Really? Oh, can you? You know my emails. Can you drop me email to tell me how to do this? It will be very appreciated.
Let me double check. Maybe it shows just that I don't lie it, because I think it's possible, but let's see. MQTT. Do we have publish topics? Yeah, guys, please continue. So if I'll try to find it. Oh no, wait, sorry, I already found it. Yeah, publish a message. I can send you. Can we send the link here in chat?
Sure.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Take a look at this one.
Open idea, open source for everyone. The more we know, the better for all of us.
So you can publish one message, or you can publish a bunch of messages, and it's so we have
directly on the broker.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. And after that, another MQTT client can be subscribed for this, let's say, message coming from the API.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Thank you. I don't know who is talking, but thank you very much.
Yeah, it's Ivan. I'm remote.
Ivan.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks a lot, Ivan. Yeah, I thought you weren't there, so I did not introduce you. But thanks for making time to join. Is there any other question from anyone? Or Miroslav, if you have more questions.
I worry to be boring.
Okay, well.
I think as the first meeting, maybe we should mention to our audience, EMQX is developed in Erlang and OTP technology. So that's quite different. Maybe Ivan can share with people like what kind of advantage Erlang can provide to these high speed, high reliable, high performance messaging infra.
Yeah, I mean, we get a lot of things for free. Naturally, it's the Erlang gives us like basically unlimited amount of tiny processes, which are sometimes in other platforms called green threads or something like this. Like on one machine, we can support millions of simultaneous connections without like doing anything special. So basically, thanks to the Erlang VM. Other than that, we have unlike, for example, JVM, we have introspection built into the system. So if something is not working as we expect, we can just go inside the VM and do like unlimited amount of things to troubleshoot, or maybe fix on things on the fly without disruption. So I think it's a very flexible, very nice platform. It's built for concurrency and for a soft real-time system. So it works very well with these scenarios.
Perfect. Thanks, Ivan, for the information. I think we are slightly over time as well. So once again, I would like to thank everyone for being a part of this event, and especially Ivan and Junbu for taking out time to talk to our developers as well. So thank you, and have a wonderful day ahead, everyone. And we'll meet next month, towards the end of next month again for the next office hour session. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.